JBNN will keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and to share the news with someone today. Now on to the news. Portmore man dies after vehicle plunges into rear cobra. The St. Catherine North Police are investigating the death of a 65-year-old Portmore man whose vehicle ran off flat bridge in the Bogwalk Gorge last night. He has been identified as Noel Lloyd Patterson of Portmore Pines. Reports are that around 10:40 p.m., Patterson was driving a Toyota Hiace along the roadway when upon reaching Flatbridge, he lost control of the vehicle which ran off the road and plunged into the rear cobra. He was rescued from the river but died as a result of drowning. The body was removed from the scene for a post-mortem examination. The vehicle was removed from the water this morning. Taxi operator shot and injured near a gas station in Ligoni. A taxi operator was shot and wounded by a passenger near the Rubis gas station beside the U.S. Embassy at the intersection of Monroe Road and Holdup Road in St. Andrew this afternoon. The injured man was rushed to hospital. We'll provide more details as soon as it's made available. Man arrested, gun seized at nightclub in St. Anne. A police raid at a nightclub in St. Anne on Sunday resulted in the seizure of an illegal gun and the arrest of a man. Reports are that at about 3:20 a.m., personnel from the Brownstone police station conducted a snap raid at the Big Apple nightclub. During the operation, a Smith & Wesson MP pistol affixed with a magazine containing one round was seized. A man was arrested on suspicion of possession of prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition. The Brownstone Criminal Investigation Branch is probing the matter. Man chopped to death by a man said to be of unsound mind in St. Mary. An elderly farmer from the Gael community in St. Mary was allegedly chopped to death by a man who is said to be of unsound mind. The deceased has been identified as 61-year-old Rollin Henry of Spring in the Gael community. According to police reports, around 12 a.m. on Monday, Henry was at home with his family when they smelled smoke coming from a section of the house that is used as a washroom. Henry reportedly alerted his son, and both men, armed with machetes, went to investigate. Upon investigating, they saw the alleged perpetrator, 48-year-old Wendell Mills, otherwise called Rum Cream, setting a section of the washroom on fire. The men confronted him but were overpowered by Mills, who allegedly used one of the machetes to inflict chop wounds to the older Henry's head and feet. The younger Henry escaped unharmed. The police were called and they apprehended Mills and was taken into custody. A resident said he was relieved that Mills is in custody. "Boy, me glad cause him cause a nuisance in the community. Just trouble him giving at the place," said the resident. Mills is said to have attempted to burn down another resident's house a few weeks ago, but his attempt failed when the homeowner and residents were alerted early. At the time of the incident, Mills is said to be receiving treatment for his medical condition. Decomposed body found in Trelawney, believed to be missing motorcyclist. The Trelawney police say they suspect that a man whose decomposed body was discovered in bushes near a roadside in Duncans on Sunday may have died in a motorcycle crash nearly 2 weeks ago. Investigators believe the man was thrown from his motorcycle during the incident and landed in the thick vegetation, where his body remained unnoticed until the recent discovery. The deceased has been identified as 44-year-old Tristan Jones of Wakeland Drive, Falmouth. Jones was reported missing since Thursday, April 3, after attending a wake in Duncans. His motorcycle was found close to his body. Entertainer said to be owner of vehicle used in kidnapping of 2 women. A source has revealed that the vehicle said to be involved in the kidnapping and robbery of 2 women in Arborview, St. Andrew on Tuesday, is owned by an entertainer. The women were robbed at gunpoint and later released in Pembroke Hall. On Thursday, the Kingston Central Police, in collaboration with Police Emergency Control Center, National Strategic Anti-Gang Division, and the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency, apprehended the men in the East Parade area of downtown Kingston. The police said the investigation is continuing and they have secured forensic evidence to support the case. Man's decomposed body found in Manchester. The police in Manchester are probing the circumstances surrounding the death of a 27-year-old man after his decomposed body was found in Albion on Sunday afternoon. Relatives identified the man as Akeem Robinson, otherwise called Musso, a resident of Albion District. Relatives say Robinson wasn't seen for days as he didn't show up for work. His cousin, Patrick Wright, said at about 4 p.m. on Sunday, a family friend kicked off the door to Robinson's one-bedroom dwelling and saw his decomposed body on a bed.
Just driving and my neighbor called me and tell me that they found his body over here. So is somebody that is responsible for the place. My cousin is abroad that own here, and he called those that he left to also work and control the place to come and see him, because he might call him and get him.
He lived alone?
Yeah, he alone was at the house here.
I understand he's a young person. Did you know of any illness?
Yes, man. He met in an accident some years ago, bike accident, and fall in a coma for a few weeks in the hospital. When he woke up, after that he started to have these seizures. So he have seizures quite often. I take up the phone and call my sister and tell him to call his mother. And I get them in New York. They went at a funeral. And then my sister tried to get her mommy in Los Angeles, but I suspect that is what happened, because him like in his bed, you know, it's a seizure, because it was at my house he used to stay first. That's next door, you know, and this thing would happen to him quite often, and I always encourage him to leave the smoking, because maybe smoking helped to cause the seizures, you know, but it's so sad, you know, so sad, so sad.
The police are waiting on autopsy to determine the cause of death. 60-year-old charged for assault after early morning fistfight. A 60-year-old man has been charged by police after getting into a fight at his neighbor's house. Lawmen charged Lloyd Green, a businessman of Daniel Circle, Portmore, St. Catherine, with assault occasioning bodily harm and malicious destruction of property following an incident on Sunday. Reports from the Portmore police are that at about 4:04 a.m., Green and a man who were at a neighbor's house playing dominoes got into an argument which allegedly became physical. Green reportedly used a glass bottle to hit the man in his head, which caused bruises and swelling. The man's phone was hit from his hand during the tussle, causing extensive damage. The value of the phone has not yet been ascertained. A report was made to the police and Green was pointed out by the complainant. He was charged on Sunday following a complainant statement. A court date for Green is being finalized. JLP chairman says party not yet ready for election. Chairman of the Jamaica Labour Party, Robert Montague, has declared that the party is not yet ready to contest the upcoming parliamentary general election as the selection exercise has not been completed. Montague says 4 seats remain vacant. Westmoreland Western, which held a candidate runoff on Sunday, is one of the 4. In the contest, sitting MP Moreland Wilson and Garfield James, councillor for the Sheffield Division, vied for the support of the delegates. Montague, addressing the St. Catherine East Central Constituency Conference on Sunday, called for party workers to step up their mobilization efforts.
The Jamaica Labour Party, over the last couple of weeks, have been getting ready slowly. We're putting candidates in place. We're assessing and we're auditing candidates. We now have only 4 seats left to settle. And therefore, in the meantime, everybody have work to do. It's not Andrew alone have work. Every single Labourite worker have work to do. The party in getting ready for the 3rd term has put in place a manifesto committee, and we are making an appeal for Labour rights workers, delegates, members and supporters who have good ideas to come forward with those ideas so we can examine them, and if them sound good and find favour, we can include them in the party's manifesto.
Mandeville licensed firearm holder accused of murdering 2 denied bail. Patrick Thompson, the licensed firearm holder, is accused of killing 2 women and injuring 3 others in February, was denied bail when he appeared in the Manchester Parish Court on Monday. A bail application for Thompson was made by his attorneys, King's Counsel Peter Champagne and Samuel Campbell, on April 2 after raw CCTV footage of the February 23 incident was made available. However, presiding Judge Monique Harrison denied the application and the Thompson was remanded. He is to return to court on July 2. She cited points made by the defense and prosecution on April 2 in arriving at her decision. After Harrison refused bail, Champagne quickly informed the court of his intention to appeal the decision in the Supreme Court. On April 2, Champagne told the court that the defense maintains its position that Thompson was attacked and provided a medical document and photographs showing chest injuries to his client following the incident. Champagne also said that of 13 videos, the main clip which was expected to show the incident unfolded was not viewable. Thompson, otherwise called Big T or Tomo, an engineer of Levy Lane in Manchester, is charged with 2 counts of murder, 2 counts of attempted murder, 2 counts of wounding with intent, 2 counts of assault occasioning actual bodily harm, 2 counts of assault of common law, 2 counts of possession of firearm and ammunition with intent to commit injury, and using a firearm to commit a felony, following the incident on Levy Lane on Sunday, February 23. Those killed are 42-year-old Stacey Ann Mulgrave of Barnstable District, Manchester, and 46-year-old Anne-Marie Anson of Caledonia Road, Manchester.
Mr. Champagne?
Yes.
Your view on the court decision today on what has happened?
Well, as I said in court today, the decision of the court must be respected. But also, any accused has the right in these circumstances to appeal the decision of a court that has so found. And therefore, we will be invoking that right, and notification was given and the reasons were supplied. But we are nevertheless respectful of the court's position, but we will be seeking to have it tested elsewhere in the Supreme Court in terms of bail.
Can you help us understand the basis on which the bail was denied?
These are matters that I would not want to go into, to ventilate and to try, as I said before, the case in public. Suffice it to say that we are of the view that based on the decision and the reasoning behind that, there is a basis for an appeal, and we have notified the court of that intention.
The last time around, there was mention of 13 files, clips, and that one of them was missing in terms of not being able to be reviewed or played. Has there been any update provided in terms of that?
There has been absolutely no update, and it's very coincidental. It's an affront actually to common sense. We're in such circumstances of the 13 clips. The one that is supposed to show exactly what happened is missing. But to re-emphasize my response to you, there has not been any update whatsoever in relation to that.
JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.